Since its inception, Obergefell v. Hodges, the landmark case that established marriage equality for same-sex couples, has faced opposition from certain Supreme Court justices eager to overturn it. Kim Davis has once again made headlines appealing to the Supreme Court over her 2015 refusal to issue marriage licenses in Kentucky, coinciding with the Obergefell v. Hodges decision. This case presents a clear opportunity for the current conservative supermajority on the Supreme Court to significantly undermine marriage equality. After the June 26, 2015 ruling in Obergefell, Kim Davis, then the county clerk for Rowan County, Kentucky, garnered international attention for her defiance of a U.S. federal court order. She refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, a position she has held since her election in 2014. Davis began denying marriage licenses to same-sex couples. This defiance drew national attention when videos emerged of same-sex couples arguing with Davis in her office over their denied license. Her notoriety extended to meeting Pope Francis in Rome and being satirized on Saturday Night Live. Davis continued to defy court orders to issue the licenses, leading to a federal judge jailing her for contempt of court in September of 2015. She was released after her staff issued the licenses on her behalf, though they removed her name from the forms. Subsequently, the Kentucky legislature enacted a law removing the names of all county clerks from the state marriage licenses. Davis stated her religious beliefs prevented her from endorsing same-sex marriage. She garnered support from faith leaders and conservative politicians, including former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee and then Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin. Following her release from jail, Davis told the media that issuing same-sex marriage licenses would conflict with God's definition of marriage as a union between one man and one woman, and that doing so would be an act of disobedience to my God. Davis later lost her bid for re-election in 2018. David Ermold and David Moore, a same-sex couple, successfully sued her for violating their constitutional rights. She was ordered by a lower court to pay $100,000 in damages and an additional $260,000 in attorney's fees. Despite her public stance on religious obedience, Davis has been married 4 times, divorced 3 times, and married the same man twice. This personal history underscores a pervasive theme. Conservatives often overlook hypocrisy when power and control are at stake. Davis herself embodies this, representing the ugliness of bigotry supported by law. A 2020 statement from Supreme Court Justices Thomas and Alito further illustrates this perspective, portraying Davis as a persecuted minority. They argued that Obergefell decisions allows courts to and governments to label those who believe marriage is between one man and one woman as bigots, thereby simplifying the dismissal of their religious freedom concerns. The conservative supermajority on the Supreme Court may consider Kim Davis's request to overturn Obergefell. Her current petition seeks to dismiss her civil lawsuit based on qualified immunity and asks the Supreme Court to re-examine marriage equality. However, legal experts believe her petition is weak and unlikely to be granted by the conservative-leaning Supreme Court, especially given that the Respect for Marriage Act protects marriages, even if Obergefell were overturned. When an individual, especially an official, in an official capacity, transforms personal religious beliefs into state action, it differs significantly from a private citizen's refusal to provide services, for example, making a cake for a gay wedding. The core issue lies in the evolving understanding of religious freedom. Since the 1970s, the Supreme Court and broader society largely emphasized freedom from religion, the right to be free from having religious practices imposed. This included, for instance, prohibiting mandated Christian prayers in public schools. While individuals are free to pray and practice their religion privately, the state, through the public institutions, cannot enforce prayers, religious readings, or the display of religious texts like the Ten Commandments, as this infringes on the freedom from religion guaranteed to all children and families. However, a strong backlash and the rise of Christian nationalist ideologies in the U.S. have led to a shift. The current trend emphasizes freedom to, the freedom to impose religious beliefs on others. This includes advocating for the display of the Ten Commandments in schools and allowing individuals to lead prayers at high school football games, compelling team participation. Proponents argue that preventing a person from not only practicing their religion but also forcing others to conform to it is an unconstitutional infringement on their right to religious freedom. There is no single correct resolution to inherent tensions between freedom to and freedom from religion, just as there is no single correct solution for any overlapping rights and freedoms that necessitate compromise. Similarly, there isn't one definitive interpretation of the Constitution. It is decisively the role of government and politics to address these conflicts and find a balance that allows society to progress. Should this petition gain momentum and lead to the overturning of Obergefell, what would be the subsequent repercussions? Could interracial marriages be next? A development rich with irony given Justice Clarence Thomas's own marriage. Further, what about the legal protections afforded to existing marriages? Would couples suddenly find their rights and benefits abolished? If we permit this to transpire, if we remain passive, we become collaborators in the injustice inflicted upon our fellow Americans. To Kim Davis, should you somehow encounter this video, I wish for you to understand that your hypocritical significance has nearly vanished. Your bigotry is only tolerated by those who will use it to gain power for themselves. You serve only as the evangelical right's unwitting tool and will be discarded as the trash you've proven yourself to be once your usefulness has run out. That's all for this week. Until next time, remember, your voice is vital. Stand up, speak out, strike back. They don't know what they started. If you appreciate this content, please like, subscribe, and share for updates. Ring the bell. Your support truly helps the channel.